Hey, good morning. It is April the 10th. Can you believe it? Happy Monday to you. This is the Guy R. Cook Report episode that we talked about briefly this morning on Facebook. I put up a post, so we're going to talk about the 4 essentials of an effective call to action. The link to this bit of document that I'm reading from, if you go to the GuyRCookReport.podbean.com, you can get that. And in that post, it talks about the druthers and what you need. So let's go have a look. A fellow named Eden Brown did a good job of this. And online marketing tips and tricks for success is what he calls it. It's his big headline. And this part of it, 4 essentials for an effective call to action. Well, Eden Brownlee says the first thing is speak to your audience. Every audience is unique, and once you find out where they hang their hat, where they spend their time on social media, that's the best place you want to engage with them, rather than keep playing the crapshoot every day. Gee, I wonder where they're at. You should find out and know, okay? So use your analytics and your statistics to show the best times of day to get your audience, the best channels in the day to get your audience, and then you'll have it. Okay, show how your users can benefit by clicking on your call to action. Like, click here to get the free newsletter. You know, the standard ones he's got, like sign up here, click for instant access to our free ebook. Well, those are call to actions that may or may not perform. The ones that work better is the ones that talk about what the user will receive from your offer, rather than having them just sign up here. Like, receive the free guide for creating wonderful landing pages is one example he used. So tie your call to action to your offer. So in that landing page, that confirmation where you thank them for downloading your free ebook, for signing up for your course of email marketing, whatever it might be, then making that offer tie in through the call to action is going to increase your conversions. And that's what we want to do, right? We want to have better conversions. And so, to do that, you take the look at these steps here that Eden Brown's provided. I think you're going to like what you see there. Let's go back to the show notes and bazinga that were there. And I'm looking at the show notes now. The next thing down on that is the Guy R. Cook Report questions, and that's a way to increase the awareness that your brand might need to have, where you have recognition. They go, oh, that's the Guy R. Cook Report. I've heard that before. And so you use some branding pieces and some bits of information that make your brand a little bit more transparent. And what the intent is of these 27 questions is that you pick 5, and we'll put together an interview, and we'll find out what your favorite emoji is, what's the last thing you worked on, what's that, etc., etc. And so in that, people tend to buy from people they know. That will make you have a better presence, okay? And speaking of better presence, recently, you know how I always say if it isn't tested, it doesn't work? Well, guess what got tested, and I found out it didn't work on a mobile phone very well at all. That's right. My own planning session guide, it's been revised, repaired, fixed. It works on a mobile phone just like it would work on a desktop. The link is right there. It's a Google document that I shared. So it's big enough text you can read it. That was the problem it had. Big thank you to our patrons. We thank each and every patron every episode, because we couldn't do it without you. We love having you as patron. Up at the top of the show notes page, there's a link to be a patron. There's also a graphic down on the side. Be a patron on Podbean. Easy as cake to do. Thanks to Fraser Ramsey at Edinburgh Dusters, company that likes to clean. Thanks to Eileen Smith from Basic Blog Tips. She's the one that told us about Screencast-O-Matic so we can make these recordings to share with you today. And speaking of Facebook, I mentioned a minute ago, one of the places on Facebook I frequent is a group called Friends Just Chatting. It's a Facebook group of friends that just chat about everything. Like today we talked about buying houses. I'm in the process now. And some other things that are going on. So, give us a look on YouTube. We appreciate your subscription there. Check us out on Spreaker. We have a link that goes to iTunes, so you can find us on iTunes. Look for the Guy R. Cook Report there. There's a link on our show notes to our Pinterest channel, to our Reddit. There's a way to follow us on Twitter, to the email newsletter sign-up form. You can follow us on Facebook. You can subscribe to this channel on Fire Talk to hear us live each day. Oh, and speaking of live each day, this is something that's not in the show notes, but I wanted to share with you. It came up over the weekend. Somebody had problems with their email working in Outlook. They didn't know what host name to put in for the SMTP server, for the Send Mail Transfer Protocol. mxtoolbox.com has many, many pearls in that oyster for fixing your networking on your email. So give that a go. And like it shows here in the show notes, if it isn't tested, it doesn't work, and that's why we have our planning guide fixed. And so on that note, I'm going to say what I say at the end of every show. Well, I always want to say that, but first I'll say see you tomorrow. We'll talk about SEO tips. And then I say it's a wrap.